Today's video is by Bale, The Cocoa Puffs Conspiracy. Theory by Bale. Let's see what this is about.
There's no escaping chocolatey Cocoa Puff.
Anyways, so what is y'all's favorite cereal? Do you guys got a favorite cereal? Does anyone like Cocoa Puffs? I think my favorite cereal is Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Lucky Charms, Cheerios, but fruit flavor. Not plain Cheerios and not Honey Nut Cheerios. I like fruit Cheerios. I like this. I like these kind of Cheerios. They're let's see, let me put my, I want to know what kind of cereal everyone likes. And got any Cocoa Puffs fans out there in the world? I want to know.
I've always thought there was something strange about Cocoa Puff commercials. Most kids' cereal commercials are pretty straightforward. There's a fun, wacky mascot character who wants a certain type of cereal and has to overcome some kind of obstacle to get it.
Hand over those delicious Lucky Charms! Silly rabbit, tricks are for kids!
It's pretty basic stuff. But the thing that's strange about Cocoa Puff commercials is that Sonny the Cuckoo Bird isn't trying to get the cereal, he's actively trying to avoid it.
How do I escape the great taste of Cocoa Puffs? You've got to keep Cocoa Puffs away from me!
If you think about it, Sonny is kind of a struggling addict who's desperately trying not to relapse, but
Wait, okay, this reminds me. Wasn't there like a Family Guy joke about Sonny? Like an episode of Family Guy where Sonny Coco, he was like tripping out because of for Cocoa Puffs.
fails every time and ends up.
If you know what I'm talking about, let me know. If I'm not, listen, I know I'm not tripping. I believe there was. I just can't remember. And I don't know if I can find it. But if you do, let me know.
Destroying whatever building he's in and terrifying the people around him.
Can't control myself? I'm going Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs! Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs!
Cocoa Puffs are literally ruining his life, and I think it's kind of weird that that's how General Mills chose to advertise their cereal for children. But whatever. These are just silly 30-second kids commercials that are all essentially the same. There's no plot or world building. There couldn't possibly be anything here worth theorizing about. Right? What if I told you that beneath the surface of these colorful cereal advertisements is one of the most dark and complex underlying narratives I have ever seen in a piece of media? A hidden story of addiction, war, betrayal, and a massive conspiracy about the world Sonny lives in that no one has discovered before today. I promise you that after this, you will never be able to watch a Cocoa Puff commercial the same way again. This is the Cocoa Puffs Conspiracy.
I just want to say, I think Bale's the guy that made a Teletubbies video. I think he made. I'm sorry, I just thought about it. He made a Teletubbies video conspiracy, and I was like, that was really good, really good. And I think his new one is the Barney one. We gotta check that out. I think I got that saved in my playlist, my reaction playlist. But I want to start off with the Cocoa Puffs one because I never seen this one, so it's my first time watching this one. So I figured, why not watch it on stream? So yeah. But yeah, check out Bale. Make some good videos. I would love to one day be able to make videos like this. There's a lot of stuff I want to do, when it comes to my career as a content creator. It's a lot of stuff I want to do. But back to the video.
Ever since Cuckoo, whenever he sees Cocoa Puffs, on a cuckoo bird as their mascot.
All aboard for the Cocoa Puffs train! Ding ding!
It wasn't until 1962 that Sonny made his first appearance as the bird who goes cuckoo whenever he sees Cocoa Puffs.
Watch out because I'm Cocoa Puff! Cocoa Puff! Cocoa Puff!
This format was very successful, and Sunny has been the mascot for the brand ever since. Since then, he's gone through many redesigns, but the basic premise has always stayed the same. Sometimes he's joined by children, sometimes he's with his grandpa, but he always ends up going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs despite his best efforts to avoid them.
Up here, I won't go cuckoo for my favorite cereal. I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
It wasn't until 2004 that Sunny got his most iconic redesign that he's still known for today. And it's these commercials that I'm going to be focusing on for this theory. The more modern Cocoa Puff commercials introduce us to the world that Sunny lives in, a society inhabited by intelligent talking birds.
No chocolatey and vanilla Cocoa Puffs combos, part of this good breakfast.
And it's surprisingly complex for just being the backdrop of kids' cereal commercials. They have their own bird cities, bird airports, bird legal systems, they even have a bird military.
Extra chocolatey puffs.
Who want the rat more chocolatey?
Why do the Cocoa Puff commercial birds need a military? Like, who are they fighting? Are there bird wars? And the entire bird world seems to run on Cocoa Puffs. All the grocery stores sell.
But why? Is that all they eat? Like, is that like they only eat Cocoa Puffs? They don't eat nothing else? Is that like, are they just made like that? I wonder. Like, I wonder. Because it's kind of strange for birds to just, like, Cocoa Puffs, really? Like that's like, okay, I get it. Like, they might just eat cereal. That's their diet, but Cocoa Puffs. Kind of reminds me of koala bears. Like, I think koala bears only eat eucalyptus trees, like the leaves. And without that, they would basically kind of die, which they shouldn't die because I believe koala bears don't really need that to survive. But yet they choose to eat on the eucalyptus tree. Why? I don't know. But one day I might do some research and I'll let y'all know. But if my memory serves me and my knowledge on koala bears serves me, that's all they live on. They don't live on nothing else but eucalyptus trees, leaves. So in the birds, in the, Sunny's, universe, his world, his, his home, every living bird just lives off of Cocoa Puffs, nothing else.
Or Cocoa Puffs. If you go to the opera, they're singing about Cocoa Puffs.
A story of this box right here. Cocoa Puffs.
Sorry if I'm pausing so much, but I just want to point out, like, Cocoa Puffs aren't that good. I mean, they're alright, but dang, I mean, they ain't that good. Trust me. They're not that good. They're alright. I wouldn't put it as my favorite, but they're alright. They're alright. They're alright. But it's not that serious.
Even the media seems to be run by Cocoa Puffs.
Extra new chocolatey vanilla Cocoa Puffs combo cereal.
So obviously, this is a very difficult place for someone trying to beat a Cocoa Puff addiction. No matter what Sunny does or where he goes, he cannot avoid Cocoa Puffs. He tries to ask people for help, but all they want to do is talk about how great Cocoa Puffs are.
How do I escape the great taste of Cocoa Puffs? Why would you want to escape it? Cocoa Puffs are munchy. Crunchy. Stop it!
The only person willing to help him is Gramps, his trusted grandpa, who's been with him since 1962.
Keep Shelly from going cuckoo. I'm gonna hide Cocoa Puffs in this room.
Gramps?
I'm not hiding Cocoa Puffs.
Cocoa Puffs?
Don't go cuckoo on me, boy.
But even with his help, it's not enough. He tries to go to the store, or the opera, or in a plane, or a deserted island, but wherever he goes, Cocoa Puffs is already there.
Cocoa Puffs!
Sunny even tries to file a restraining order against Cocoa Puffs, but it doesn't work because apparently they're too delicious.
I find you guilty of being delicious.
Sunny is a very tragic character because of just how much Cocoa Puffs are an inescapable, fundamental part of this world. But it isn't always like this. Occasionally, there are these weird outlier commercials that show a different side to this world, where we see these little moments where the bird citizens are just as afraid of Cocoa Puffs as Sunny is. The first time I noticed this was in a commercial for the new Cocoa Puffs chocolate and vanilla combo cereal.
Extra, extra neutral.
I never had that. Anyone has ever tried that kind of Cocoa Puffs? Let me know if they ever taste good. I never had that. Then again, I don't eat Cocoa Puffs like that, so I didn't even know. Then again, I don't really eat cereal like that. You know, when I was a kid, I used to not eat my cereal with milk because I don't like milk. And now as an adult, I kind of started eating cereal and milk, but I never used to eat dry cereal. Yeah, I was one of those kids that would eat their cereal dry. I don't like milk really. Yeah, let me know if anyone ever tried this kind of Cocoa Puffs, if it tastes good or not, because I didn't know. I didn't know they had those. But I'm pretty sure she's going to talk about it, but I wonder, why would they be scared of like Cocoa Puffs if they like Cocoa Puffs so much? Is there like a dark society running behind the scenes about Cocoa Puffs, and it's like forcing the bird citizens to love Cocoa Puffs, but deep down they don't really love Cocoa Puffs, they're just forced to love Cocoa Puffs? And yeah.
Chocolatey vanilla Cocoa Puffs combo cereal.
It opens with a newspaper boy announcing the new cereal, but for the first time, people seem kind of disinterested in Cocoa Puffs and just walk past him. And then the commercial takes a very sudden turn.
When chocolatey and vanilla E combine, there's no escape.
Two massive Cocoa Puffs in the sky crash into each other and begin raining down Cocoa Puffs all over the city. The people start screaming and running for their lives as the entire city is consumed by chocolate and vanilla.
Don't go, Coco. Don't.
Okay, that is kind of scary. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I would be scared too. I mean, imagine a giant cereal puff, one vanilla, one chocolate, just collides and like rains down. Yeah, that's scary. Yeah. I wonder how the people of collided transformed meatball felt. I mean, yeah, oh my gosh, it's food is, you know, but it's rained down. And I think some of the food was sentient. I ain't gonna lie, stuff like that scares me. Well, I don't have an irrational fear, but just the thought of it, that does kind of sound scary. If that happened.
But after Sunny goes cuckoo, we cut back and see that everyone is now enjoying the cereal.
New chocolatey and vanilla Cocoa Puffs combos, part of this good breakfast.
Now in bowls everywhere.
Something has changed. This is not a world where everyone has always loved Cocoa Puffs. I think that this is a world that has been taken over by Cocoa Puffs. And if you don't believe me, we get much more explicit confirmation of this in the commercial for the new chocolatey explosion puffs. I've kind of been holding off on showing this one because it is honestly the most insane commercial I have ever seen in my entire life. Like, you are not prepared for what I am about to show you. This commercial takes place inside of the Bird military headquarters, where Sunny, as a Cocoa Puffs expert, discusses the dangers of this new type of Cocoa Puffs that's exploding in people's homes.
I'm warning you, it's more chocolatey.
What do you mean more chocolatey?
Yeah.
Picture chocolatey Cocoa Puffs.
Okay.
Even more chocolatey than that. Ah!
And the military birds look terrified of this and are treating it like a major threat.
Ah! Extra chocolatey puffs?
Who authorized more chocolatey?
Just how chocolatey is it?
And what happens next is... I can't even describe it to you. You just have to kind of see it for yourself.
Even more chocolatey than that.
Ah! Just how chocolatey is it?
Cocoa Puffs. Let's go. Extra chocolate! Go for the Cocoa Puffs! Go for Cocoa Puffs!
Sonny reveals he secretly brought a box of the explosive Cocoa Puffs into the meeting with him, essentially a bomb that he launches at the military, basically committing Cocoa Puffs domestic terrorism and flooding the entire room with chocolate. And afterwards, we see the main military guy again, except now he seems to be supporting the cereal.
Limited time only.
And even his military stars have been replaced with Cocoa Puffs. Sonny has essentially performed a coup and used Cocoa Puffs to take over the bird military. These commercials are not about trying to sell cereal to kids. They're about the hostile takeover of the bird world from within. But why is Sonny doing this? I thought he was just some guy trying to escape his addiction.
You've got to keep Cocoa Puffs away from me!
Why is he suddenly a sleeper agent working for Cocoa Puffs in this commercial? And who is really behind this takeover? So, at this point, you might be thinking that these are all just a bunch of random, incoherent, one-off commercials with no continuity or logic behind the things happening. You know, they're just a bunch of wacky, random skits made to sell cereal to kids, and we shouldn't really try to understand them. And you'd probably be right until they released a single commercial that fundamentally changed everything we thought we knew about this world. In fact, this commercial gives us so much new evidence that it is the entire reason I decided to make this theory. Let's take a look.
Cocoa Puffs experiment. How long does it take Sonny to go cuckoo for?
Cocoa Puffs?
Immediately, this commercial looks and feels very different than the others. Instead of a bird city, we're inside of a very advanced looking laboratory where Sonny is apparently being experimented on with Cocoa Puffs.
Begin countdown now.
So chocolatey! I'm Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs! Cocoa Puffs!
As expected, Sonny goes cuckoo and destroys the lab, but in the final moments of the commercial, we pull back to see who's really running the show. Humans. Humans are the ones.
Interesting. I don't know what he's going to say after this, but I have my theory. What if, since they're humans, right? You know how people do experiments and stuff, and scientists do experiments. What if this is like them getting a bunch of cuckoo birds, right? I believe they're cuckoo birds because it's cocoa, so cuckoo, you know. They get them and they test them with Cocoa Puffs to see what Cocoa Puffs does to birds and if the birds will react to the Cocoa Puffs. That's just my theory. Now, I don't know if Alex is going to touch on that theory, but if humans are doing experiments on on birds for Cocoa Puffs, you know, that raises a lot of questions that need to be answered. So we got to figure out what's going on here.
Behind this experiment. This world that we thought was only inhabited by intelligent bird people also has humans in it. And now, with this context, we can finally start to put all the pieces together. So, here is my theory. This is a world where advanced intelligent humans and bird people separately coexist as global superpowers. And I believe humans are the ones who created the Cocoa Puffs. I think we can assume this because we can see humans are running a lab.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, they create Cocoa Puffs and give it to birds.
So here is my theory. This is a world where advanced intelligent humans and bird people separately coexist as global superpowers. And I believe humans are the ones who created the Cocoa Puffs. I think we can assume this because we can see humans are running a lab that is clearly making and testing Cocoa Puffs. We can even see the chemical structure for Cocoa Puffs on the monitor. So that means that humans are responsible for giving Cocoa Puffs to bird society. And clearly their intentions are far beyond just diplomatic.
I just thought it was something crazy, bro. So that would mean, is Cocoa Puffs a metaphor for something? Like, it just feels like it's like a metaphor for something, if you know what I mean. Like, they just implanted Cocoa Puffs in a bird society. You see where it's going at? Yeah. And that's the birds are addicted to Cocoa Puffs, and all they can think of is Cocoa Puffs, especially Sunny. And his grandfather is trying to stop him from, you know, eating Cocoa Puffs because he, you know, he feels some type of way about it. Yeah. Think about that. Sunny's addicted to Cocoa Puffs, and all the birds are addicted to Cocoa Puffs, and the Cocoa Puffs come from humans that planted Cocoa Puffs in their society, in their world, and now all the birds are addicted to Cocoa Puffs, and all they can think about and all they can eat is Cocoa Puffs. Interesting take. I see what you're going at, Alex. I got you.
Trade. Remember what they were testing for.
How long does it take Sunny to go cuckoo for?
Cocoa Puffs?
How long does it take Sunny to go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? They are specifically testing how addictive the cereal is, meaning humans are intentionally trying to create the—
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry for that. I had muted because, you know, I didn't want to breathe into the mic. So that's why I was muted. I was watching the video and I didn't want to breathe into the mic. But what I was trying to say is, thank you for the follow and thank you for the first time chat. And I see that you want some Cocoa Puffs. You're a fan of Cocoa Puffs? Yeah, but again, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the first time chat. And I hope you get your Cocoa Puffs tonight or today, whenever you can.
most addictive product they can. In the world of these—
Also, glad you do. Mine's just Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's my fault. But yeah, mine's is Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Lucky Charms and Cheerios. Not Honey Nut Cheerios and not plain Cheerios. I like fruit flavored Cheerios. Like, hold on. I like this kind of Cheerios, the very berry Cheerios. And I also like, I think, the strawberry banana Cheerios. I like fruit flavored Cheerios. I don't like Honey Nut or plain Cheerios. Oh yeah, you like Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Yeah, that's like the best. Cocoa Krispies? Let's see. Cocoa Pebbles is good. I like Cocoa Pebbles. You like Cocoa Pebbles? Yeah, they are arm's reach. Yeah, I keep them, right there. Whenever I need to like eat some, I could just grab it and eat it. Yeah, I kind of am in my kitchen. My setup is like in my kitchen right now. Like I'm kind of like in my kitchen. Kind of like yeah.
Sonny go along with this? Well, he doesn't exactly have a choice. Like everyone else, he's just a victim being controlled by the addictive, brainwashing properties of—
So I kind of got excited to see you chat and talk about cereal, so I got kind of distracted, put the video back.
Cocoa Puffs. All they have to do to activate his programming is just say his 3 trigger words. Munchie, crunchy, chocolatey, and he goes cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Why don't we discuss your home? Your real home.
Желание.
Munchie.
Зинадзет.
Crunchy.
Развед.
Chocolatey and lime.
Солдат.
Я готов отвечать.
He is the human's perfect sleeper agent, and believe it or not, this has all actually been foreshadowed since the very first Cocoa Puff commercials. Remember how I said the original 1958 commercials only featured children instead of a bird? Well, that wasn't entirely true.
All aboard for the Cocoa Puffs train.
In the kid's home, we can see a cage holding a bird. From the very start, Sunny has always been a prisoner to humans. And even the 70s commercials show us that it was humans who first got Sunny addicted.
Puff, puff, Cocoa Puffs, chocolate tasting Cocoa Puffs, munchy, crunchy, chocolatey.
Cocoa Puffs, yahoo!
And if you're still not convinced that this is an intentional hidden narrative inside of these commercials, then let me ask you this. Why did they choose to make the mascot of their cereal a cuckoo bird? Sure, it's partially because cuckoo sounds like cuckoo, but I think there's a deeper reason. What are cuckoo birds? They're brood parasites. Instead of raising their young, they secretly lay their eggs into the nest of other bird species, and once the baby cuckoo hatches, they proceed to kill the other birds and take over the nest from within.
The cuckoo chick instinctively pushes out any other eggs in the nest.
They are literally the sleeper agents of birds. This is exactly what's happening in these commercials. Humans secretly...
Speaking of like cuckoo birds, there's actually a good movie called Cuckoo. You should check it out. It's really good. I don't want to like say too much about it, like the plot, but if you ever come across that, it's a really good movie, and that's how I learned about cuckoo birds. Like that's how I learned that that's what they do, and it's kind of like, I'll say this: it's like the premise of the movie is what cuckoo birds do, but humans are doing that, you know. It's really fitting.
Inserted Sunny into bird society, and he took it over from within, just like a cuckoo bird. And the humans didn't just randomly insert Sunny into any old nest. Take a look at the commercial where we see Sunny's grandpa's house.
He keeps Sally from going cuckoo. I'm gonna hide Cocoa Puffs in this room.
Perhaps?
They're in a hallway full of what I assume are family photos. And if you look closely, you can see a picture of the main military bird. The humans inserted Sunny into a family with a high-ranking military officer, which allowed Sunny to use that connection to get into the military headquarters and perform the coup.
So they want to, so the humans are trying to take over the bird society by using Sunny to be addicted to Cocoa Puffs. That's so funny. But why would they want to take down the bird society though? Like, what is it about the bird society that that they want? What do they want from the birds? Like, why you want to do that? I wonder if Alex is going to touch on that.
And it worked. Everyone hit by Cocoa Puffs instantly loves them. They own the military, their entire economy and legal system runs on Cocoa Puffs. Humans have essentially colonized and taken over all of bird society. They won. So, now that the war is over, I guess the next question is, what happens to Sunny? Well, he's not a prisoner anymore. He's free to live a normal life in a world controlled by humans and eat all the Cocoa Puffs he wants. Except now, unlike all the birds around him, he desperately doesn't want Cocoa Puffs.
You've got to keep Cocoa Puffs away from me!
How do I escape the great taste of Cocoa Puffs?
But why? Because more than anyone else, Sonny knows the truth about this world. He knows all the horrible things humans have done to bird society, the horrible things he has done to betray his country. So, of course, he would try and reject Cocoa Puffs. But the world he lives in literally runs on the cereal. No matter where he goes, he can't escape his addiction. Remember, he even tried to file a restraining order against Cocoa Puffs in a bird court of law, but the judge refused to... Wait a second. Why is the judge Sonny's grandpa?
Dun dun dun. Chocolate sticking to me.
Cocoa Court now in session. I find you guilty of being delicious. Sonny, this is a fancy restaurant.
That is clearly Sonny's grandpa. Even his nameplate says Judge Gramps. Wouldn't that be like a major conflict of interest? Like, you can't just be a judge for your own family member's court case, right? And even if we ignore that, isn't Sonny's grandpa supposed to be the one character who's actually on his side?
To keep Sonny from going cuckoo, I'm gonna hide Cocoa Puffs in this room. Cocoa Puffs? Don't go cuckoo on me, boy.
Why does he rule against Sonny when he's the only one who's been trying to help him beat his addiction? Maybe we need to take a closer look at Sonny's grandpa. In one of the commercials, we see Gramps trying to help Sonny by hiding the Cocoa Puffs.
I'm gonna hide Cocoa Puffs in this room.
Gramps?
I'm not hiding Cocoa Puffs.
But immediately after, he says this.
I'm not Cocoa. Don't open that door then, cause there's munchy, crunchy, chocolatey Cocoa Puffs in there.
Look at him, he's clearly trying to tempt Sonny into getting the Cocoa Puffs. He even uses Sonny's exact trigger words and has a nefarious smile.
Cause there's munchy, crunchy, chocolatey Cocoa Puffs in there.
Gramps doesn't want Sonny to beat his addiction, he just wants Sonny to think that he's on his side, but in reality, Gramps is manipulating him. But why? Because I think Sonny's grandpa...
That's a good question. Why? I want to know, Alex, why? Why would he do that? Why would Grandpa do that to Sonny?
Is working for the humans. Sonny is the mascot for Cocoa Puffs, and if humans are going to continue...
Wow. Wow. Wow.
continue to use Cocoa Puffs to control bird society, then they can't have the mascot on the box actively trying to avoid and discredit the cereal.
You've got to keep Cocoa Puffs away from me! It turns everything chocolatey, and they make me go cuckoo.
So, they use someone close and trusted to Sonny, like his grandpa, to manipulate him into never breaking free of his addiction.
Well, they're munchy and crunchy.
Oh, I'm Cocoa.
Just look at Gramps' life. He's got a big house, he eats at fancy restaurants, and he's a powerful judge who can seemingly break whatever rules he wants. Gramps is thriving in this human-controlled bird society, and I think it's because he made a deal with the humans to betray his own grandson. And once again, Gramps profiting off of Sonny has been foreshadowed since the very first commercials.
Oil, we're rich.
How you gonna get it up, Gramps?
Sonny can't resist Cocoa Puffs. Here, Sonny.
Yahoo!
Gramps, Sonny's only parental figure, has always been working against him. But that brings up something else that I've always wondered about. Why is Gramps Sonny's only parental figure? Where are Sonny's parents? Like, even if Sonny was a brood...
That's a good question. Where are his parents? That's a really good question. Also, another good question is, does he have siblings? Any brothers? Any sisters? Is Sonny an only child? You know, these are good questions to ask. Like, where's his parents? Is he only child? Does he have any brothers or sisters? And where's grandma? You know, if there's a grandpa, where's a grandma? Did grandma pass away? You know, like, I wonder, like, Sonny's backstory, like, where did Sonny come from? Like, who is Sonny? Does Sonny know who Sonny is? Does he believe he's Sonny? Is that even his real name? Things to think about.
Parasite inserted into this family, he'd still have parents before grandparents, right? It feels like someone's missing. This may seem like a pointless question to ask for how little backstory we're given about these characters, but there is actually a single insane hidden detail in one of these commercials that unlocks one final damning part to this theory. Remember those family photos that had the military guy in them? If you look closely, the hallway is full of different bird people, all with boxes of Cocoa Puffs, except for one photo that shows a female bird all by herself. And it's the only photo with no Cocoa Puffs. It's a really weird detail to include, but what's even stranger is that when Sonny is about to open the door to release the Cocoa Puffs, the photo changes to show the woman is afraid for Sonny. Sure, maybe this was just supposed to be a cartoony way to emphasize the danger, but then why is she the only photo that changes? The birds in the photo right next to her are completely indifferent to Sonny's struggle. This feels like the animators are intentionally trying to tell us something about specifically this female bird that we've never seen before. And trust me, I've checked. She doesn't show up in the background of any of the other commercials. So here is the final part of my theory. I think this is Sonny's mother. Maybe his real mother, or maybe his adopted mother from the whole brood parasite thing. Just like...
It could be, you know, it could be. It could be his mom. It could be. Let's say there's proof of that. I wonder if Alex had... Oh, God. I wonder if Alex got proof that that could be his mom. I want to know.
Sonny, she was clearly aware of the dangers of Cocoa Puffs and wanted to avoid them. But unlike everyone else, why don't we see her in any of these commercials? I think it's because she tried to protect her son from the dangers of Cocoa Puffs, and the humans who needed Sonny for their plans murdered her because of it.
That's a shame, man. That's a shame. She tried to protect her son. Grandpa failed him. He got nobody to lean on but Grandpa, and Grandpa's just taking him for a ride, man. It's a shame. You know, she tried to protect her son from the dangers of Cocoa Puffs. Again, could be a metaphor for something.
These Cocoa Puff commercials are not just a bunch of funny little cartoons designed to sell cereal to kids. They are a complex, interconnected story about the horrors of war, addiction, family betrayal, and murder. And if after all of this, you still have the fucking balls to leave a comment saying, "Oh, Alex, I think they're just cereal commercials, you're overthinking this," then let me ask you this. Why did they decide to make the characters in these commercials birds? Birds can't eat chocolate. Chocolate is poisonous to birds. The entire bird world is slowly being poisoned by Cocoa Puffs so that humans are the only dominant species.
Now, didn't I say something like this? Like, I could have sworn somewhere in the video I said that why would humans plant Cocoa Puffs in a bird society? Why? You know, are they trying to get rid of the birds? Well, looks like they are. Looks like they're trying to get rid of the birds. But for a reason. What did the birds do? Why are they experimenting on the birds? Why are they doing this to the birds? What did the birds do? Weren't the birds just minding their business? And then one day humans just want to mess with birds? For what? I wonder if Alex got the answers. I wonder if he knows the truth. Because only he can figure it out.
On this planet! Or maybe they're just cereal commercials, I don't know.